so I hit the button right. And good morning. It is 18 minutes after 9 o'clock. Beefy finger just mashing around buttons and hitting the wrong one there. Joining us in the studio this morning from Keep Roswell Beautiful. Yep. And I always like to throw in the community, I guess city volunteer.
Volunteers, all kinds of stuff.
Coordinator, amongst other things. Kathy Lay back with us. That's the important part. Kathy Lay back with us.
You remember my name.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. Yourself?
Doing good.
Good.
And fortunately, today the weather's nice. So what we're about to talk about feels like something you want to do right now.
True enough.
Like if the other day when it was cold and rainy and we had this conversation, people may not be so receptive to it. But,
Correct.
But now that it's sunny and they got a weekend of warm weather ahead.
And the trees are starting to blossom and I'm seeing little pretty pink flowers on all the trees. It's wonderful.
So springitis is starting to set in a little bit.
It's starting to hit me, that spring fever.
Yeah. So to help flame your fever for spring.
Yes.
City of Roswell is doing their annual Arbor Day event. This is
correct.
It's been going on for years now.
I believe it has. I don't know when it actually started.
As long as I can remember, but I know it's been for at least 10 years. I don't know.
And I know Keep Roswell Beautiful was a restarted program. It had been running before, and then they expanded. They did the Keep Chaves County Beautiful, and I think a couple of years ago, the city then restarted the Keep Roswell Beautiful program, and then they all started partnering with that Arbor Day event.
Yeah.
So they've been doing it since they did the restart.
Yeah. So and if you're not familiar, what this is one day, which will be one day,
April the 9th.
April 9th here.
Yes.
The city will be having an event where you can come down and get some free saplings.
Correct.
Free tree saplings.
Now these are bare root seedlings, is what they call them.
Okay.
They get them from the forestry department, helps us. We buy them from the forestry department and wherever we can get them. Sometimes we have, like right now, we're scrambling, trying to get more of them.
Okay.
Because with the drought and with the supply chain interruptions and all that kind of stuff, they've been having trouble tracking down. They usually want to try to get 1,000.
Okay.
We've got 600 that we have arranged so far, and we're working on getting another 400. We want to have 1,000 by the 9th, and we're hoping, fingers crossed, but we know we've got 600 for sure.
Good deal. So we'll at least have 600 to give away, hopefully 1,000.
Yes, and these are bare root seedlings. They're in a little plastic bag. I did this one time back when I lived in Oklahoma, and they were like giving away free trees, and I shut up, and they were actually kind of cedar at the time. They're trees that are very hardy and made to grow in the area you're at.
They pick breeds or
specifically
types
ones that will be good for Roswell.
Yeah.
They look really small when you get them, but they grow quickly and they take root quickly, and they usually are pretty hardy and grow quick. You grow fast.
So you don't have to have a uber green thumb to make these work. Just
you got to keep them watered.
And you're going to have a nice thriving tree in your yard.
And they grow. Ruben, who is our city arborist, he is out at the cemetery. He works under the Parks Division, and he knows all about trees and planting. We have, if you go to our Facebook page, Keep Roswell Beautiful, make sure you do New Mexico, go to Facebook, search Keep Roswell Beautiful, New Mexico. Our page will pop up. Under the events, we have the Arbor Day tree event, the seedling giveaway.
Okay.
And there's a video you can click on, and you'll see Ruben showing you how to plant these.
Okay, so it's like an instructional video.
Yeah, instructional video.
Okay.
This is a drive-through event.
So everybody that goes to the event, please watch that video for when it comes time for you to plant your tree.
And then we also have instructions for how to plant them as well.
Okay.
But these are little seedlings, and then you plant them, keep them watered. And he showed me some that they had planted just like 2 to 3 years ago, and they were already like 15, 20 feet high. I mean, I should say about 15 feet high, and starting to kind of branch out and stuff and look pretty hardy.
They look like trees.
They were real trees. I was like, oh my gosh. He said, people don't realize how quickly they can grow.
They're hardy.
They will grow quickly. They are good for our area.
It's just like those little tadpoles and things when you see them, they're tiny.
Yeah.
And then, months later, they're a big old frog.
Yes. But we have those we're giving away. Way it'll work is we're at Cielo Grande Park, and that is out on 1612 West College Boulevard.
Yeah.
So if you're coming down Main Street, you hit College, go west.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's out there by just past the Aquatic Center.
Yeah. The soccer complex out there, the BLM property, it's all right in that little complex.
Yeah. In the parking lot, we'll have cones set up and volunteers. And if you want to volunteer, by the way, we need help for volunteers.
Sure. The more the merrier.
The more the merrier. We'll be directing cars to go to the pickup location, and they will just drive up, roll down their window, and we'll hand them one of the bags. And we've got really cool stuff this year. It's really nice. Yeah.
Kathy was very kind enough to give me a preview bag.
Turn it
here.
around so they can see.
Here's the logo. On,
there you go. That's what we will give you, one of the Keep Roswell Beautiful bags. And those are reusable shopping totes. They got a pocket in the front. We also have gotten from the New Mexico Department of Transportation, NMDOT, has given us a bunch of the Toss No Moss car trash containers. They're the reusable ones. Here's my lovely
I'm a Vanna White here.
And we're going to give you one of those. They're those reusable ones you can put in the car over the headrest, and then you can throw trash in it so you don't have to throw it out.
Yeah.
And then Excel Energy has also been very generous and donated 500 boxes of these LED light energy efficient light bulbs.
I bet if I do this.
Yep. They're wonderful LED light bulbs from Excel Energy. Will be giving you a box of those, and then instructions on how to plant the trees, and if we have like little shrubs, because sometimes they also can secure like shrubs like lilacs or forsythia or some of those kinds of things.
Okay.
So we're working, if we may end up getting some of those. I'm not sure if we'll have some of those for the other 400, but we're going to work on trying to get 1,000.
Okay.
They will be all bagged up and ready to go, and we'll hand you one of those bags with all the goodies in it. We're allowing one per adult in the car. And so, because sometimes neighbors want a carpool that's energy efficient.
And to be honest, I will tell you, a lot of people come out to this event. Yeah. And there is a line. It goes quick.
First come, first serve.
It's first come, first serve. Don't get disheartened if you see the line. But I will warn you right now, the early bird gets the worm on these. Yeah. And so make sure, was it 9 a.m. when everything gets underway? Make sure.
9 a.m. We're going to set up about 8. We'll start setting up at 8 o'clock. 9 a.m. We'll open the lines and start handing those bags of goodies out. And we'll hand them out till they're gone or until 11 o'clock, whichever comes first. I'm sure we'll give them all out before 11.
Yeah, that usually happens.
Yes.
Especially, hopefully you get the 1,000 and not just the 600.
Yes. But we only have 500 boxes of light bulbs. So the first ones of those.
So the first 500 will get the light bulb.
Correct.
And the first hopefully 1,000.
And the thing is sometimes I believe they sometimes put 2 in a bag. Okay. So we're trying to get enough. What we'll end up doing is going to have 500. Okay. And what we'll end up trying to do is put 2 seedlings in every bag. Okay. And so that way you'll have 2 to plant, not just one little seedling, but you'll have 2 to plant. So we're going to have like bundles of 500 of everything. Yep. And so that's what we'll give out. So the first 500 who show up will get the bags.
Very cool.
So that's our plan.
So and this is a great way to kind of work and beautify your own yards. And a couple of free trees here for you, basically.
Correct.
Pro tips, just like you said, watch the video on how to plant it. Because one thing I've always learned about trees, if you got a $5 tree, you need a $10 hole. And that was the saying I always heard. You got to have a bigger hole. Yeah. But the other thing you need to think about is you're looking at these little tiny saplings.
Right.
They're going to be big trees someday.
Yes.
So where you put them is key. If you're going to put it right up next to the house, odds are pretty good you're going to have root problems and everything else.
And don't put it right under your electric line that's going to grow right up into your power source that comes across your yard. I'm kind of scooted over a bit.
So think ahead.
Look up, look around, look down.
In 5 years from now, is that tree going to be posing a problem for any of your utilities or your home or and if the answer is yes, then maybe find a new location to plant that.
And in the bag we're going to have a little a bundle, like a snap together or stapled together bunch of flyers. Okay. One of them is about Keep Roswell Beautiful. It's about our program that we have that we're working on getting funding to do next year. We've actually expended the funds for this year, but there is information about it. It is the Empowering Youth Cleanup fundraiser that we do with youth groups. We're hoping to get refunded again for that, for grant money for next year. There's information about how that program works, but on the other side it is also about our free cleanup supplies. Yeah. We still have those. Yeah. And what we do with that is if you are an individual or a community group.
Here's a bunch.
Yep. We will give you a roll. We will give you trash bags. We will give you disposable gloves.
These got the black ones here.
And for like groups that want to do bigger cleanups, we have even those kind of rubbery black gloves that you can use. We also have trash grabbers that can be borrowed.
Oh, yeah, the little
and safety vests.
Okay.
Yep. And so we have these cleanup supplies. And we can provide those. Like I have a couple of individuals, probably 3 different individuals, that they go to parks and while their kids play, they clean up the park.
Nice.
And so
what a cool idea.
Yeah, and I give them rolls of trash bags and disposable gloves and safety vests. And they can just keep those on hand. And I give them one of those really cool reusable
Works
totes.
great if you take your dog for a walk, too.
Yes, absolutely. And they go out and they actually do cleanups at the parks on a regular basis.
That's great.
And they fill out like a volunteer. I've got like a tracking form. If you want to do that too, we'd love getting those volunteer hours in because that shows where we're doing the cleanups and how much trash they're picking up.
Sure.
But even if you don't want to turn in that kind of tracking, if you just want to go out and do community cleanups, we will give you free cleanup supplies to do it with.
We appreciate your commitment and say, hey,
correct.
As a small token, let at least help you cover some of the cost of the trash removal here with some of the bags.
And with the Arbor Day, I also want to mention, Mike, one of the things we're going to try to do that day is if you want, especially just even starting right now, we've got a couple of about 2.5 weeks till Arbor Day, till the 9th, so like something like that.
Yeah, March will be over next month. Scary enough.
And it's going to be April the 9th. So we're looking at about like maybe 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
Start saving your bottle caps.
Yes.
Okay, these plastic bottle caps, or if you have been saving them, they can be water bottle, pop bottle, they can be medicine bottle, they can be the little plastic tubs.
Yeah, like your mayonnaise jars or the butter tops.
Correct.
Yeah. As long as it's plastic, not the metal, old school metal.
The great huge, but the smaller, no metal. Any of those bottles that have the plastic lids, start throwing those suckers in a plastic bag or in a bag of some kind. Bring them to Arbor Day if you're coming to get trees.
You're going to be collecting them there?
We're going to be collecting them there. And what we're going to do with those is we're going to get those to Main Street, Roswell, because they have that recycled bottle cap
the
to
bench
benches
program. It's an amazing program.
It's wonderful. If you look downtown at those amazing benches that are new, they are black and gray. They are getting enough to put one on every corner.
Yeah.
They're working hard to collect more bottle caps.
It's real practical green.
It is absolutely amazing. Reclaiming, reusing.
It's really green, but it's actually something that's good, practical, and actually beneficial and better than probably the original. You know what I mean?
They're amazing. They're made out of this solid plastic. They take those lids, they get the youth groups that they are partnering with, weigh them, clean them up, pull any paper off of them and stuff, and get them sorted, put them in bags. And then Main Street Roswell has been arranging to go down, drop off, or go up, actually north, drop off the bottle caps and pick up, pay the fee for the exchange kind of fee, which is much cheaper per bench than if they bought them.
Yeah, and I think it's like they basically, I don't remember the numbers, but it's like, was it a couple 100 pounds, 200 pounds?
Yeah, several hundred pounds of bottle caps.
Equals one bench, basically.
Equals one bench, and then they pay a recycling kind of partial payment, or like it pays, it's less than you would pay to buy those benches outright.
Sure.
But it's still, they have to pay a fee to get that done. And they take those bottle caps and give them the benches.
Yeah.
They bring them back, and then the city and Main Street work on getting those installed.
Sure. And the great thing about them is these benches, because many of their materials and stuff, they're more...
they're durable.
Yeah, they're durable, but they're also a little more graffiti resistant.
Exactly.
And
If
things
they
like
graffiti those, they're made of that solid material, same color all the way through.
Yeah.
They can literally just take a grinder, go zip, and grind it off. If they have trouble getting that washed off, if they just sand it slightly, it goes right back underneath there. It's the exact same stuff.
As new,
and it looks new, and they're very, very durable because they're made out of that heavy solid all the way through, that melted recycled plastic, and it keeps all of this plastic out of our landfills, out of the ground. One of the things that I've been studying about, and I actually went and did a presentation at one of the schools here in town to 160 students about the environmental impact that plastics are having and about reuse, reduce, recycle. If you're interested in having me do that at your school, I can come do that presentation as well. I would love to schedule some things in the fall to do that at your school. And I was able to get some funds to do these really cool cups that I gave one of those wheat cups to all the students. Let me show that.
Here's one right here.
Yep. I gave a wheat cup and one of those shopping totes to every student who was in the flip it slightly so they can see the logo.
I thought I was in front.
There you go. Oh, you almost had it. Turn it.
I'm trying.
A little more. There you go. We give them, these are made out of wheat.
Oh, I'm looking at your camera.
They're made out of wheat. And so we gave one of those to every student. I love coming in and sharing with the students. Plastics do not decompose and go away. They, like a plastic bag, like a Walmart bag, or one of those shopping totes, whatever. I don't mean to say Walmart in a bad way, but like one of those shopping bags, those clear plastic ones.
Yeah, the clear disposable bags.
Those take 200 years to degenerate, and they turn into something called microplastics.
Okay.
And they release the toxins back into the environment. So that all those toxins in those plastics, the straws, they take, I think they said 20 years to degenerate, and they also turn into microplastics.
Sure.
We have enough plastic straws in the United States in one day to wrap around the equator 2.5 times.
Wow.
We use that many straws in a day that are being reset. So
and this uses the wheat, which is fully biodegradable.
It'll be biodegradable.
And by the way, it feels just like plastic.
It's really strong, it's sturdy, it's amazing.
It smells.
Yeah, it's great.
Smell. It actually doesn't have that funky plastic smell.
No, it's wonderful stuff.
It actually it's odorless.
We're going to give one of those to every volunteer who helps at Arbor Day.
Nice cup.
But we gave those out at the presentation that I do. But these bottle caps these bottles that are being recycled into benches, that keeps all this plastic that turns into that junky stuff from getting back into the environment and puts it into something useful.
Nice.
So bring your bottle caps.
Yeah, I love that.
To Arbor Day, bag up however many you have, bring them. When we get ready to hand you your little seedlings, hand us a bag of bottle caps, and then we will get those to Main Street Roswell.
And I would love to get as families, get your kids involved in that. Make it a project for them to be the collector of the bottle caps. And things.
And they're collecting these not just at Arbor Day, but if you start collecting those bottle caps, you can get them to the Chamber of Commerce, to the Visitor Center.
Reach out to Main Street Roswell if you got a
That's where they all end up. So if you want to even contact Main Street Roswell directly and get it to them directly, saves one step in passing it along.
Sure.
But if you start collecting them and aren't sure where to take them, we can make that arrangement as well.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
Reach
we
out.
want to collect those bottle caps and get some more good benches for our downtown area.
Absolutely. Let's get
and for wherever they want to put
Maybe
them.
we get every single bench in Roswell replaced with one of those.
That'd be phenomenal.
That would be good.
That'd be phenomenal.
And it would be great too because I got a feeling those are going to be benches that are 20 years from now they're still serviceable benches.
They're pretty. I mean? It's pretty impressive. And if you want to sponsor the placement of those or the purchase of those, contact Main Street Roswell, and you can arrange sponsoring a bench because they do have some. I think they did receive some grant funds. I don't know how much of it they've used for that.
Okay.
But they are also looking for sponsors.
Okay.
For those benches, and the city does have to place those. So that'd be great. And then also as far as sponsors with the projects within the city, because we want to get some other things in the city as well. I'm kicking off, speaking of sponsorship, that just reminded me, I'm kicking off a pet sponsorship for helping with the adoption fees at the animal services.
Animal control.
Yeah,
okay.
that just reminded me. I'm going to put a plug in for that while I got the ears of the people here.
Sure.
In order for those animals to be adopted, they are required to get their vaccination shots, to be spayed or neutered, and to have a microchip.
Yes.
Those are all very good things for that.
Absolutely.
The spay or neuter keeps from having more puppies and more cats.
This is all to control our overpopulated
because
population.
We're already overpopulated. It keeps that animal, if they were to get lost or get out of your fence for a little while and come back with, expecting puppies or kitties, then there's more that have to be found a home for.
Yeah.
So they are required to be spayed or neutered. They need their vaccination so you don't get them home and within 2 or 3 days they get sick and die on you.
Or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
They want those animals to be healthy when you get them. And they need to have a microchip so if that animal gets lost, they can get it back to you.
Yep.
So those things are required. That can be quite costly to do all at once for some people. So we want to do a donation or where people can donate to that fund to help pay for that. So that
create
people,
like a voucher for some of those folks.
a voucher to have those things done.
Okay.
And then they would just pay the adoption fee, which is like $1.
Yeah.
So that will allow more people to be able to adopt those animals from the city animal services, from the animal shelter.
Sure.
So if you are interested in doing that, call me, Kathy Lay. I'm at City Hall. Call City Hall, Kathy Lay.
Sure.
We have a donation account set up.
Okay.
It does not go to city general funds.
Nice.
It goes directly to that donation
earmarked
fund.
specifically
earmarked
for
that. That's what it has to be used for.
And I imagine, too, if you walk next door and talk to the Humane Society folks, they'd be probably willing to partner with you and talk about that, getting involved with that, too. Because,
Humane Society, the Animal Services. We also love getting volunteers.
Either way. Yeah.
We also love getting volunteers to help within the city for different projects like Arbor Day. I need volunteers. I handle volunteerism as well. We also have people that can volunteer. The museum is looking for volunteers right now, especially. They have 4 different positions for volunteers, for docents and for like this, the second Saturday.
Yeah, when they got their free Saturdays.
For the Saturday stuff. There's 4 different things. I can send you information if you're interested in helping as a volunteer at the Roswell Museum. Let me know. I can hook you up.
And I'm telling you, especially for younger folks that maybe are wanting to pursue careers in some of these fields, this is a great way
Animal
to get
services, the zoo.
Foot in the door.
Yes.
Learn if this is really what you want, and B, get that valuable experience. So when you if you're in the middle of your formal training for it or about to enter it, now you've got that to go with. And by the way, these could lead into career opportunities.
Yes.
So just say you're volunteering at the zoo or at the museum, and next thing you know, when time comes, you're one of the curators or one of the zookeepers or one of the folks that are managing things.
One of the young ladies who works out there has worked out there for many years. She knows all about the care of the animals. She does these really cool things, like sometimes when the animals have babies and the baby was rejected, she's the one that gets to take it home and bottle feed it and have this cute little wild
got her own
animal.
little zoo pets.
It's amazing. Yeah, she's done that with some of the different animals that are born there, and she's so amazing with all the animals. She started at the zoo as a volunteer.
That's amazing.
And she became exactly what you said.
The proof's in the pudding.
She became so involved in caring for those animals, loving those animals. Now she's one of our full-time employees over there and has worked there for years.
Yeah.
And that's how her career started, was by volunteering.
And to be honest, young folks, a lot of adults' careers start that way. Sometimes what you're looking for, you may not know, but then sometimes it finds you.
Yeah.
And I think opportunities like this is where it finds you. You'd be like,
I agree.
yeah, let me volunteer. Next thing you go to the museum, and then you develop a passion for art or a passion for children or something, and that kind of steers you in the direction that your path takes, that life takes you. And that's what happens all the time. So use these opportunities to better your own self and better our community.
And sometimes even, it's not just as kids, but as adults.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's amazing. Sometimes we can find a passion with our volunteer time. And it's so fulfilling to know you're giving back to the community and making a positive difference in our community and doing something that is supporting the positive impact. We have so many different things that can be done as volunteerism and helping within the community. So contact me if you're interested in volunteering. If you're interested in sponsoring projects, like we do need park benches and gazebos out at the zoo.
If you're a business or an organization that wants to get involved,
Yeah, and we need, there's like the all-inclusive playground where we're looking for equipment and stuff that the kids that are, sometimes even adults who are childlike in their mind, need places that they can go and play safely.
So is that where they're at now? They're still kind of designing equipment and trying to find the right pieces to put in there?
Well, that's in process right now.
Gotcha. Okay. I was just curious. I hadn't heard much on that update when I was so I was kind of curious.
And they just recently did this launch of the Carpenter Park with the splash pad. There's all kinds of stuff. And you can leave a legacy in the name of a loved one. You can leave a legacy at helping with the animals, getting more animals placed in homes. If there's a certain area that you have a passion for and you'd like to participate in donating, we have donation accounts now that are available. Contact me for donations, sponsorship, for volunteerism, for Arbor Day.
Yeah.
Man, I can hook you up with all the fun stuff.
Absolutely. And get involved. And there's a lot of opportunities. Reach out to Kathy here. And, of course, we don't want to let people forget. Mark April 9th down.
April 9th.
That's going to be our big Arbor Day celebration. 9 to 11 at Cielo Grande Park.
Correct.
Over there near
in the parking lot.
Yeah, near the Roswell Recreation Aquatic Center, the soccer complex, all the stuff that's over in that.
Yeah.
I always call it actually it's starting to be our unofficial recreation district. It really is starting to turn that way.
It's amazing. I didn't realize how many parks there are in Roswell or how many acres. It's like hundreds of acres.
We do have a lot.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing how much there is.
We're very blessed in some of these things. And
we are.
And we as a community need to take advantage of this stuff. So get out there and get in your parks. We got a beautiful weekend of weather coming up. Go out and explore them. Go out there, maybe, hey, if you're out walking the parks here, call Kathy and say,
give you cleanup supplies.
Give me a couple of them trash bags and a couple of those little picker things.
Listen, I'll give you a roll of trash bags, a trash grabber, some gloves.
Yeah, and we're gonna start grabbing stuff while we're hiking around and checking out the city.
A shopping tote to throw it all in. Yeah. A car trash. Oh, listen, I can give you a car trash container.
Yeah.
I'll put all that in a bag and give it to you. Go clean up.
Exactly. And of course, if you want to learn more, maybe, if you want to learn more about where the various opportunities to volunteer in this community are, Kathy can put you in the right direction here. And
I can.
I'm telling you, especially if you got kids or college or high school age kids or young adults, whatever, anybody, or maybe retirees,
groups, all that stuff.
But if you're thinking, I've always wanted to be with veterinary or pets, or maybe let's go put you over at the zoo and let you see if that's something you really like. And and then before you go to all the formal training and everything, and find
animal
out,
services.
Yeah,
they do adoption events, and they need extra hands for the adoption events when they take those animals for adoption.
By the way, too, I think like we talk about volunteers and stuff. If I know the Humane Society does, and I think Animal Control does as well. if maybe you're in a position where you can't own pets, but you love pets, like you like a dog, but you don't have the yard for it, or you don't, have the means to do it. Come volunteer to interact with the pets. Hang out. I know, like over at Humane Side, to let them
so much.
when the weather's nice, to let them take them for a walk, or just interact.
Socialize
Same with
them,
animal control, because the more human interaction those pets have, the higher. It increases the odds of them getting adopted.
Yeah, the engagement that that those animals have with people when they come in, and the warmth they show to people when they come in, because they feel more secure and safe. It helps them make that connection so that they're more likely to be adopted.
Because in essence, I mean, the dogs don't know exactly what's going on. They think they're in jail, basically.
Babies.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then so even at the Humane Society, where where it's no kill or whatever, it's still the same. If they sit in cages, and if you sit in a cage for a long period of time, see how your personality is.
I can make them a little more antisocial.
So that's why we say this. Come in, and remember, when you do adopt, you're seeing these pets at their worst. Remember that.
That's true.
When you get them home in your own environment, and they learn your routines and your patterns, you're going to find out that pet is going to be eager to please and be much more. So if it seems a little standoffish, or a little quiet,
Shy,
or a little loud, or rambunctious, those are probably symptoms or how the dog's dealing with the environment it's currently living.
True.
Think about that.
Or even kitties. That's right.
Exactly. Or they're kitty
Little
cats too.
kitties.
Although kitties seem a little more oblivious to that kind of thing. They're kind of like their own little world, and it's like, and they're either like, don't touch me, or come here. Come here. I want to grab
hand
it.
up.
Yeah, come here. Come over here.
Hey.
Yeah.
Come over here. Let me show you something. I got fur.
They just seem like they're immune to whatever's going on around them. Maybe I'm wrong. It just seems that way.
We have kitties, we have puppies. I love them all. I have a mule.
You got them all. And then,
I love them all. I love animals.
Absolutely.
Love animals, love people.
They make lives a lot better for us, I think, here. But again, folks, don't forget, April 9th, Cielo Grande Park. It's our annual Arbor Day celebration. Free saplings along with the free baggies full of goodies and things like that.
Yes.
First come, first serve.
Correct.
Like I said, we got the light bulbs. That'll be the first 500.
Yep.
We got, hopefully we'll have 1,000 sapling seedlings available for everybody.
And if not, we'll put, we're going to try to put, I think what Ruben says they do, like 2 in a bag. So the first 100 that come would have 2 seedlings, and the other 400 get 1.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But we'll give away all the seedlings we have.
You get them as long as we got them.
As long as we got them, we'll give them away.
9 a.m. when it gets underway. I'm telling you right now, do not wait towards later in the day, because
we will be gone.
You're going to miss out.
It'll be all gone.
It'll be a little. Get up early, get your nice little breakfast, get your protein.
And there'll be a little instructions in the thing, how to plan them, but you can also watch that video. Ruben did a great job. We've got a link to it in the Facebook under our event for the Arbor Day.
Absolutely. And that might be just good advice to anytime you're planting. Even if you decide not to get
anytime you're planting, if you're planting other trees, because it's getting to be tree season and shrub season. Check out that video. Ruben tells you some of the instructions about it. Yeah. He's really good. He does it like in a wheelbarrow so you can actually see what it looks like. That's the ground. Sure. But he tells you all these tips about planting and watering.
He simulates the ground with a wheelbarrow too.
Yep.
And by the way, don't forget the landfill and everything. If you need mulch, those kind of things, that's stuff you as citizens can go out and, people go out there and donate their trees for the chipper, and then they get mulched up. If you need mulch and things, reach out to the landfill. They usually have a pile of it sitting there, and you get a truck and come on by and shovel it up and take it off to your homes for planting your trees or your gardens or whatever you got coming up here in the spring.
Yep, so it's really useful for that.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the best way to get a hold of you direct?
If you call, you can call the City Hall and ask for Kathy Lay. You can email me. It's k.lay, L-A-Y, at Roswell, and then the hyphen, that's that -nm.gov.
Very good. And then you can look for Roswell Clean Beautiful on Facebook.
If you look at Facebook, you can look for Keep Roswell Beautiful.
Keep Roswell Beautiful, not Roswell Clean Beautiful.
Keep Roswell Beautiful. And for New Mexico, not Georgia.
Yeah.
Keep Roswell Beautiful. And then you can message me there. You can find my contact information if you go to the city of Roswell and look for Keep Roswell Beautiful, because you can actually look up roswell-nm.gov for our website.
Yeah.
And then look for under the residents. You'll see Keep Roswell Beautiful. That has my contact information as well.
Sure.
So there's a lot of different ways you can get a hold of me.
So if you need bags or have any questions about the Arbor Day event or volunteer program,
or sponsorship, all of that stuff. I can
Or
hook
if you're an idea person, Kathy's always looking for ideas and things to do. Saying maybe what if the city did this program? You think that's a good idea? Let's work with me on let's get that set up.
Yeah, I will look at
Kathy's always looking for great ideas and things like that.
Creative ideas.
Yeah.
I have some people that come in with like one of these guys that comes in on a regular basis, and he's gotten some amazing ideas that we're working on right now. Like he's talking about getting more of those toss no moss bags.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And getting them to like there's a place that does bike rental.
Yeah.
Getting them to the bicycles to put on the handlebars of the bicycles. Places that sell bicycles, putting them on the handlebars of the bicycles so kids can put their trash in there. He's got all these ideas. I'm going, what a good idea.
Yeah.
And I can contact him. Maybe I can get more and we could do that.
I know.
So I love creative ideas.
It would be kind of cool, and I know this is not your pay grade, but those benches we're talking about here. I think the city should maybe get a half dozen of those and put them in like Reichman Park here is kind of a place for audience because they do live music and stuff there, and there's enough little open space. I wonder if they could put a couple of those recycled benches and make a little, almost like an audience,
a seating
for a stage,
those.
for a little band area. Because most people get a couple sit, but if you had maybe 3 or 4 where they could seat maybe 15, 20 people to sit down on one of those benches.
That's interesting.
That'd be kind of a neat place
I think
to put
that's
something.
interesting.
And I think it'd be a good place to showcase the benches and maybe turn them into an art project and let kids kind of do artwork with the benches to kind of add to it, kind of add to the mural and the tile work that's in that area. I think you could kind of incorporate that and let kids kind of art it up or something. I don't know.
Fun.
That might be a neat little.
That's fun. That's fun.
Anyway.
The other park that they're looking at, as far as I think that the library is wanting to do like library park.
Yeah, very cool. Well, they got the tree of knowledge over there in that beautiful little area.
Yeah, well, the library park is that one that's on Richardson that's down from the miniature museum.
Yeah.
It's just south of the miniature museum, and there's like a little cubby there by the Roswell Resale Emporium.
I know what you're talking about.
And that one needs some little love and TLC and stuff. Yeah, it's called Library Park.
Okay.
And that would be another one that might be really kind of cool. There's something like that there. Anyway, yeah.
So start collecting your caps so we can start
get those bottle caps to me or Main Street Roswell.
And bring them with the Arbor Day if you're going to come out for the Arbor Day sapling.
If you've got bottle caps, bring them Arbor Day and I'll get them to Main Street.
Yeah, very good. Did we get it all?
I think so.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Kathy.
Thank you
for all the swag. That was nice. I appreciate that.
Well, I wanted to show you what we're giving away.
Well, I'm going to use some of it. The cup, I'll use it. And I already got...
I love free stuff.
Just the other day, I was thinking my vehicle needs a trash can. I used to have one, and then we got a new vehicle. The one I had didn't really work in there. There's just no place. Now this one I can put on the back of the seat.
I've got one on the back that I've had for years. It's not one of these toss-em-offs, but it's the same design.
Yeah.
And I have it over the headrest on the passenger side because when I'm driving, I can reach my hand back and reach it.
Right,
just
go do this move.
Head,
yeah, that's
it won't work. So I put it on the passenger side, and I just go blip, and I do not like trash under my feet. I hate that. So that... and you don't need to throw it out, man. It makes such a mess in our environment. It's so bad for our environment.
Absolutely, yeah. So,
please put it in somewhere in your car. Call me. I'll give you one of the bags if you need one for your car.
Help you.
I'll give you one for free.
Maybe it'll organize your life and make you meet new friends when they.
Sure.
Now when they get in your car, they're like, ew. Now they won't be going ew.
It'll certainly make it more pleasant for yourself, and we deserve to do nice things for ourselves.
Yeah. If your thing smells like food wrappers and with a hint of the Christmas tree thing.
Oh, day Christmas tree.
Yeah. Maybe she get one of these cleanup bags here.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Kathy.
Thank you,
appreciate
Mike.
it. We'll see you next time.
Okay.
All right. It is